Hey guys, what's going on? This is Alex, and today I'm going to bring you guys the early 2013 MacBook Pro 15-inch review. Now, this computer features a 15-inch Retina display, which price is starting at $1,999, ranging up to amazing $5,000 with all the upgrades available. This also features an Intel Core Crystal Well i7 processor with 8GB of RAM. So let's go ahead and get started. The screen on the 15-inch MacBook Pro Retina display has a resolution of 2880 by 1800 pixel panel, packing in 220 pixels per inch that was originally debuted in Apple's 2012 model MacBook Pro. This amazingly ships with standard with the Intel Core i7 processor starting at $1,999, and it also comes with 6MB on-chip L3 and 128MB of L4 cache. If you take a super close look at the screen, you can hardly notice anything. And here you feature a really cool thumbnail port, making a perfect weight distribution for you to only being able to lift up the laptop with one hand, that way making it super easy to use it. On one side of the laptop, you have your 85-watt MagSafe 2 connector. You have two Thunderbolt ports, which can be used to connect to Thunderbolt screens, and you have one USB 3.0 on this side and one 3.5mm headset jack or microphone jack, depending on how you have that configured within the settings application of this laptop. On the back of the laptop, we have a hinge that goes all the way across the back instead of having two little hinges on each side of the laptop, making it easier to open and close the laptop without causing any wear. On the back of the hinge, we have a grill vent which helps cool the laptop in a more efficient way without it overheating. On the other side of the laptop, we have one SDHC slot, an HDMI in, and a USB 3.0 which can be configured to a 2.0 in the settings application. On the bottom of the laptop, we have the MacBook Pro symbol instead of it having to appear on the front of the laptop, making it ruin the display. Over here, we have, in the inside of the laptop, we have our standard keyboard with no number pad, and instead of the number pad, we have two amazingly sounding speakers which produce amazing sound, almost like Beats. Unfortunately, they are not Beats, and we have full-fledged glass trackpad, which helps to improve stability inside of your tracking, making it easier to scroll your mouse up and down. On the front of the laptop, we have a 720p HD FaceTime front camera, and in the settings application, if we take a quick look here on the specs, we have an Intel Core i7 processor with 8GB of RAM and a GT Force G650EM with 1000MB of RAM. If we take a quick look here and we go ahead and run a Geekbench score, all we're going to do is quit all our applications that are currently running in the background, because that way you get more accurate results when trying to do the Geekbench test score. So we're going to go ahead and launch Geekbench 3 for the first time, and let's go see it's running in tryout mode. We're just going to click on later because this is my first time using it. So let's go ahead and click on the run benchmarks, but before it tells you specifically to please close all the application, I'm just going to leave mine to 32-bit, and I noticed it as 64-bit, but the 64-bit is currently buggy, so I'm just going to leave mine at 32, and we're going to go ahead and run benchmarks. This will take a little while depending on your computer. Again, this is a very high-rated computer, but spending nearly $2,000 on a notebook is no small investment. But we are happy to inform you that the 15-inch MacBook Pro is worth of its price tag, including a beautiful Retina display, a premium Intel Core i7 processor, and 256GB of speedy flash memory. And this is an amazing solid-state drive, making it easier to transport more stuff onto your hard drive and out of your hard drive. It also comes with 8GB of RAM standard, and it still manages to have a full day of battery, including 7 hours. The 13-inch, however, is held back by 4GB of RAM and 128GB of storage, but basically just losing $700. So in my investment, I think it's totally worth the upgrade to a 15-inch model, even if you're buying refurbished models. If you take a look, the base price of the 15 model has also fallen from $2,199 to $1,999, offering more value for buyers. Last year it was $2,199, and this year it's $1,999. There's also, Apple just doesn't face the fact that it does not include a discrete graphics card in its base models. But if you want a good graphics card, the Iris Pro, you will need to get the 2599 model, which does include an NVIDIA GeForce GT 750M and as well as 512 gigabytes of PCIe Flash Blast storage and 16 gigabytes of RAM. However, that is a little bit more money, but for me, since I just use it as simply just video editing, I do not need that much performance, but I would like the performance. Again, I did purchase this brand new. If we take a quick look here at our single core score, it's 2866 and our multi-core score is 11054 running on the 32-bit architecture. If we take a quick look here, we're going to realize that it is running on Mac OS X 10.9.1, which is what the firmware it ships with if you're buying it brand new. If you're buying it refurbished, you are going to have to ship on the standard firmware model that came with the original device that it first came with. The standard model of the 15-inch MacBook Pro Retina display features a 256 gigabytes of solid-state storage, configurable up to a astonishing 1 terabyte hard drive, which will run you a bit more money than you would probably expect to spend on a mid-sized notebook. So this is pretty much it for today, guys. If you guys like this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up, as I did take a lot of time into editing and putting this footage into you guys for you. If you guys like this, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. Bye guys, see you in my next one. Peace.